The New England Patriots get a double dose of good news. Let's jump into it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out Patriots content to people just like you who love Patriots football. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get rolling. Today we are talking about the big news, Josh Uchiha being traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to jump into that as well. We're talking Drake May, some good news on that front as well. We're going to end this with a little cherry on top, and I want to save that for the end because it's going to be bittersweet. It's going to be great. So we're jumping right into it. Josh Uchiha has been traded to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 6th-round pick. Now, before everyone starts saying a 6th-round pick, that's it, let's talk it over. We have to remember that last year he became a free agent. In free agency, apparently didn't see anything he liked, signed a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots. So even after this year, it's possible that he leaves the Patriots, especially after seeing kind of the frustration, I guess, mounting at times with that defense. Now, Uchiha has had a up and down career with the Patriots. We'll look into his stats momentarily, but I will tell you, I think this is good news. I think at the end of the day, this team is not going to be making the playoffs this year, and so getting and cultivating draft capital is key. Now, we have to remember this. It is very possible that Uchiha makes it to the end of the season, leaves the Patriots, signs with someone else, and we get nothing. Literally left empty. You have to remember that. That's same with Matthew Judon. With Matthew Judon, yes, they got a 3rd-round pick. I think a lot of people were like, that's it. That's all we got. But you have to remember, it is highly likely that at the end of the season, through all of his frustration with the New England Patriots, not getting an extension, chances are he would say, peace, I'm going to go find greener pastures and sign with someone else. And then guess what you're left with? Absolutely nothing. So Josh Uchiha, I think 6th-round pick, even though it's probably going to be a late 6th-round pick, more trending towards a 7th-round pick, depending on how the Kansas City Chiefs finish. Again, it is still draft capital, and you never know. Let's remember, Demario Douglas, Pop Douglas, was a 6th-round pick. There has been 6th-round picks. There's another famous late-round pick. I can't think of his name. Maybe you could guess. I can't think. But anyways, when it comes down to it, you can find people in those later rounds that can be key contributors. The big question is Elliott Wolf and the Patriots organization going to be really doing their homework when it comes to this 2025 draft. Again, I find this as a win. I think it's good. Uchiha, he had his one stellar year in 2022, and then after that, it's just kind of been like, run of the mill. So comment below, what do you think? We're going to jump into his stats real quick. So this is a breakdown of the number of games he has played, as well as the number of snaps. Notice, never played one offensive snap. You're like, I don't care. Yep, just thought it was funny. Anyways, you look at his stats, that 2022 season, that was the most snaps he had, 374, 38% of the snaps. And so, it was trending, like last year wasn't ideal. And he never played the full amount of games. So again, I think sure, he's 26, he's younger, but when it comes down to it, I don't think it was a bad trade. Again, when you look at the fact that he was a 2nd-round pick, you're like, oh, we could have got someone else for that. And I think a lot of people thought after that 2022 season that he was trending in the right direction. And then after that, it was just, again, kind of like, not much production. So you look at his stats through the years. Yes, he had 2 sacks this season in 7 games played, a couple tackles. He was a healthy scratch this past week, basically indicating that he would be traded most likely. And so you look at this, again, he's good to rotate in there. I don't have an issue with that. But again, have fun at the Kansas City Chiefs. Appreciate it. It's just wild to think he goes from a team that was literally like, hey, they're trying to fight not to be the 1st overall pick, to a team that, again, I don't necessarily even think the Kansas City Chiefs are the number 1 team in the AFC. I think they've somewhat gotten lucky. But again, we will see. So comment below. Tell me what you think about Josh Uchiha in this trade, getting a 6th-round pick. Next, we talk about The other big good news on the flip side is Drake May and his injury. What's interesting is it wasn't the Jets. I did not realize this. It was not the Jets that actually pulled him. It was the NFL personnel that made the call to evaluate May for possible concussion. Now, we have to remember all this concussion protocol and all this stuff. It comes with, liability on the NFL not even wanting to lose money, all these different aspects. So looking at it holistically, you see like, okay, well, if it was on the side of the Patriots, they're just being over cautious, whereas the NFL stepped in and said, hey, we're going to do it. And what's more interesting on top of that is when pressed on it, Gerard Mayo didn't necessarily seem too concerned about it. So that makes me believe that Drake May is trending towards playing in Week 9 against the Tennessee Titans. Again, it very well might change, but, I see it as, hey, the NFL, they stepped in, did what they needed to do, probably did the right thing. And then you look at Gerard Mayo, not necessarily concerned of the situation. And so it makes me think there is a possibility. It might be 50-50. We'll just say 50-50, a flip of the coin that he plays. But that would be good news for the New England Patriots. As well, we know that, when he left, it was a pretty bad shot to the head. But, they won, and what's important is his safety. But we will see moving forward this week, and I think we'll get a lot more information as time goes on. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I told you our cherry on top. I'm not going to play the video, but it is hilarious. And it's just Aaron Rodgers in absolute defeat. And you're like, why are you laughing at a grown man upset? Let me just tell you this. My NFC team, the Detroit Lions, Aaron Rodgers has been at the helm of a lot of victories against the Lions. I don't have to explain that one to you. So watching him lose to my AFC team was absolutely wonderful. And then seeing him say comments like this, I've been in the darkness, and having to embrace it. It's just like the typical Aaron Rodgers kind of like interesting comment that he would say. And then he goes on to talk about how, hey, if we're going to win games, we need to be putting up at least 30 points, which is like, yeah, that in the NFL, sure, that's definitely reasonable. But it was just, it's so good. Bittersweet. So that being said, comment Josh Uchiha. What do you think about the whole trade? What do you think about Drake May? Do you think he's trending towards good coming with this game against the Tennessee Titans? And any comments are always welcome on Mr. Aaron Rodgers. I know some people already commented on him on the last video, but no, the comment section is always open. Great talking to you guys. My name's Aaron again, the Sports Talk Patriots. On your way out, absolutely pound that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. Peace.